The EPA is proposing to maintain the 15 billion gallon conventional biofuel blending requirement for 2018. It's an issue of importance to America's farmers who are reeling from oversupplies and low prices. Joining us now by phone is the American Coalition for Ethanol Executive Vice President Brian Jennings. Brian, thank you for joining us once again. And now several people have responded that it's kind of a mixed bag proposal. Can you sort of elaborate on that?
Sure, I'd be happy to, Janet. As with most things you get from the government, or in this case the EPA, you find some things you like and certainly some things that you don't. The good news is that EPA, as you stated, is proposing to maintain that 15 billion gallon threshold for conventional biofuel. They're proposing a total of almost 19.25 billion gallons of renewable fuel in total next year, of which about 4.24 billion gallons is advanced biofuel, and that leaves about 15 billion gallons for corn or conventional biofuel. And that's important because we're trying to build demand here at home, and that maintains a nice floor while we're certainly finding export markets for ethanol. That 15 billion gallon floor helps us work to develop the E15 market here at home and find more retail stations that will offer blends like E15 and E30.
Brian, why should the cellulosic volumes see an increase?
Well, the thing we don't like so much about this is that EPA is proposing to curtail those cellulosic volumes next year. Every single corn ethanol plant in the country has the ability to add technology for low cost that will enable them to convert corn kernel fiber into cellulosic biofuel. That's why it's important that EPA ratchet those volumes up next year. And so we'll be working to try and convince the agency to do just that during the comment period.
And of course, it all whittles down to how is this proposal going to impact America's farmers?
Well, that's right. We see prices not where we'd want them to be, obviously, for grain farmers across the board. We see surplus stocks of corn certainly hanging over this marketplace. Corn farmers tell me they want to grind more corn and ethanol, and I want to help them out, but we have to have that market signal from the RFS and other demand drivers in place. And so that's why it's really important that farmers get engaged in this public comment period that will start probably in a week or two and get involved in letting EPA know what they think.
And how can those producers get involved? What do you suggest?
Well, Janet, there are a couple of ways producers can get involved in the comment period. Once the comments are available, we'll have a notice on our website, which is ethanol.org. They can also go straight to the Federal Register, which is regulations.gov, and submit their comments to EPA that way. We probably have until around the end of August, once they open this opportunity up, to make comments. So it will be a tight window, but we hope folks get engaged in that process.
All right. Well, Brian, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us this morning. American Coalition for Ethanol Executive Vice President Brian Jennings.